WTOL 11 Sports presents Big Board Friday. Sponsored by Ohio Northern University. Your dreams await. And by Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Doing it different, doing it right. By Frickers, the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. By PT Link Physical Therapy. Feel the difference and get relief now. By Renewal by Anderson, the better way to a better window. And by the Toledo Clinic. Choose well, feel better. Now, here's Big Board Friday.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into our final edition this season of Big Board Friday, sponsored by Ohio Northern University. I'm your host, Tyler Segerman. Pleased, as always, to be here with all of you tonight. A bittersweet occasion, knowing this is the final show of the year. And although there's no high school games in Ohio to cap off our goodbye, we've still got a pretty stacked lineup of that I'm excited to share. So let's get to it, beginning with men's college basketball. The final night for the Mid-American Conference before next week's MAC tournament tips off in Cleveland. And they couldn't have scripted a better scenario. Western Michigan and Bowling Green both needing a win to get in. And sure enough, they were playing each other. Stroh Center eager to witness the Falcons complete what's been a remarkable run down the stretch. 4 straight wins, but needing 5 to make it all worthwhile. First half, Javante Campbell draws a couple of defenders and dishes to Wilkins Jr. Exact, who flushes it home with 2 hands. And then later Campbell with it again, this time kicking it out for Marcus Johnson. The big fella bearing the long ball there in the corner. This one tight as we go to the second half. Johnson again working, this time inside, bowling his way through contact, gets the and one to go. But here's the moment fans are talking about. Tied at 63, less than 5 seconds to go. Broncos driving, and Derek Butler called for the foul. Western would make 1 of 2 free throws, so BG needs a bucket here with less than 3 seconds to go to win the game. Dejon Humphrey with a good look, and it's online, but it falls just short. Fortunately, though, thanks to some other outcomes, BG does get in the tournament. Here's Steve Iwanek with more from Stroh Center.
Well, if this night doesn't define March, I don't know what does. Bowling Green men, they fell 64-63 to Western Michigan, and it seemed like the Falcons were not going to make the postseason tournament. But then they got some help from a team unexpectedly, and the Northern Illinois Huskies, who were in Central Michigan and defeated the Chippewas in double overtime to help the Falcons make the MAC tournament and give them a chance at going to the big dance.
I told our guys, they deserve this feeling, even though we didn't get there probably the way we wanted to. But you win 7 out of 10, you win 4 of the last 5, you win 4 on the road, in a road. You put yourself in this position, and that's the moments you're celebrating.
We just destined, like I said, we destined to be in this position, regardless of what we went through this year. We just destined. We keep going, we keep working, regardless of the cards that's dealt.
So what a wild night here at the Stroh Center. Bowling Green is now going to be heading off to the MAC tournament, where they will be the 8th seed, and they'll be taking on the top-seeded Akron Zips on Thursday, March 13th at 11 a.m. From Bowling Green, Steve Iwanek, WTOL 11.
Thank you, Steve. Meanwhile, at Savage Arena, Toledo in desperate need of a momentum shift. Rockets entered the night on a season-long 4-game losing streak, and early on, they got it going. Sam Lewis loading up for 3 and knocks it down. He finished with 20 points, and then later, first half winding down, Seth Hubbard coming off the bench and providing a spark, getting the bucket to fall here, plus the foul. He finished with a season-high 17. Finally, Rockets starting to pull away in the second half. Javen Simmons going to work, bullying everyone for the 2-handed slam, game-high 22. He was also perfect 10 for 10, and get this, he's only the 2nd player in UT history to finish perfect from the field with at least that many attempts. Rockets get a big win at 96-82. Chase Bachman covered the game and has more perspective from the Rockets.
Tyler, the Rockets had lost 4 in a row and really needed a win going into the MAC tournament, and that's exactly what they got. They hung 96 on Ohio, and with Eastern Michigan losing, it looks like they'll be the 4th seed in the MAC tournament.
Well, that was obviously a really important game for us. We've been in a bad rut, but the guys have been practicing, they've been staying together, they've been positive, even though things haven't been going our way. And a shout out to 5,500 people that showed up tonight, because it'd be easy to, just get down on this team or this program with what we've been through for the last 3.5 weeks. Hasn't been a bad year. It's been a bad 3.5 weeks.
Our team's not winning, and I'm just trying to find what can I do, what role can I take, being a bad guy, and just, to help them. And these guys in the locker room, they let me lead in, my way and let me do what I do. So, I appreciate them.
It's coming together. I told you on Tuesday, don't write us off. We came out with that fire, and I realized that I got to be the emotional leader no matter what, and that's what I'm going to be. You know what I'm saying? We playing with that edge, that dog. That's what we need. We need that dog. That's going to get us to that championship on Saturday. We got to get that dog.
With Toledo getting the 4th seed in the MAC tournament, it looks like they'll have to play Ohio in the opening round. It's not always ideal to play a team twice in a row, but head coach Todd Kowalczyk says they'll prepare for it just like any other opponent. Reporting from Savage Arena, Chase Bachman, WTOL 11.
Appreciate it, Chase. Now, I mentioned we don't have any high school games going on throughout Northwest Ohio, so to make up for that, we compiled the best plays of the season, beginning with number 11 because, well, we're WTOL 11. So here we go. Up first, Caden Hutton of Otsego, and what a senior year he had for the Knights, poking the ball free and then rising up for the one-handed jam. He had plenty of those. Then at number 10, staying in the NBC, Genoa executing the alley-oop. Ryan Routson connecting with Walter Plants, who finishes above the rim, both back for the Comets next season. 9 takes place in the Flag City. Lincoln Holler forcing the turnover, and whether he intended to or not, goes off the backboard and into the hands of a flying Jake Gherkin, who flushes home the putback slam. Nicely done for Liberty Benton. Sullivan Center is where we find number 8. Well drawn up play here from Mike Floyd and staff. Caden Kennard hooking up with Isaiah Mack Russell on the back end. Plenty of those from the Young Irish this year. 7 comes courtesy of Clay High School, more specifically Braylon Williams, who shows off the length and hops all in one play here. The senior rattling the rim with some authority and excitement. Otsego making our list twice, and rightfully so, because number 6 is a doozy. Dane Fattinger finding Devin Silva above the cylinder. That even got some odds from the opponent as well. And speaking of, this was the same game just moments later. Check out this sequence from Evergreen. Alex Frisch leaping up for the steal. That's pretty good, right? Well, hold on, because he then fires ahead to Troy Mans, who goes behind his back to set up the assist for George Allendorf. Transition tranquility at its finest. Number 4 might be the highest vertical we saw this season. Trayden Booker absolutely soaring with bad intentions, turning the miss into a flush. Peak athleticism there from the Rogers Jr. And to Oregon we go. Napoleon playing a little scoop and score for the 3rd spot. Briggs Abbott put his body on the line and then passes to Parker Woods, who not only catches the ball with his right hand in mid-stride, but makes sure to finish it there as well. Wildcat way. Our lone viewer video comes courtesy of Swanton, who slides into 2 after Brady O'Shea banks in the buzzer beater as time winded down. A quick release leads to a burst of Bulldog celebration. Awesome moment there, but it doesn't take the number 1 play of the season. That belongs to Will Mazies, who shuts the door on rival Northview with this incredible block in the final seconds. Who knows if it would have gone in? The Southview senior not wanting to find out as he seals the deal himself to give the Cougars a dramatic regular season finale victory. We still got girls hoops to highlight after the break. A check-in on a pair of district finals in Michigan, plus state previews from our 3 Final Four teams here in Ohio. Stay tuned. More Big Board Friday comes your way next. Welcome back. The MHSAA Girls Tournament tipped off earlier this week. Bedford High School poised at making another deep run. 3rd straight season, the Mules have eclipsed 20 wins, but tonight their focus centered around claiming a district title. Woodhaven High School, north of Monroe County, the stage this evening, and Bedford taking on Monroe for the 3rd time this season. Mules won both games pretty easily. That continued tonight, finding a wide open Brooklyn Leonard in the corner. She drills that 3, part of an early 10-0 run for Bedford. Later, Mules out and running this time. They're going to find Victoria Gray up ahead, and she's tough on the block. Bucket here aids in her 21 points. Second half, more of the same dominance. Audrey Hensley getting it. She'll drive, stop, and then pop to bank. Is left open here tonight. Bedford pulling away, and they were rolling. Here, some history with this bucket. Gray becoming the all-time leading scorer for girls basketball at Bedford. Mules go on to roll 63-23.
We're ready to play for sure. And we jumped out, I think, to a 10-0 lead. That was instrumental in our success. This senior class has done nothing but win, and so we have our sights set on more than just tonight, so hopefully we can keep it going.
It was really important. I think in practice, it's all we've been talking about is we have to get off to a quick start. We knew they came off of energy off their last game, and honestly, so did we, and I think that just shows what rivalry could do to you. It feels really good. It's my last season. I've been on this team for 4 years. I want to keep going as long as I can.
To Lenawee County we go. Blissfield inside the friendly comforts of its home gym, squaring off with SMCC for a Division III crown. Good ball movement here for the Royals as they work it down to Peyton Tennant on the block. A nice move there with the left hand. Gets Blissfield on the board, and later some good high-low action for the Royals. Demaya Gibbons under the bucket, the hoop and the horn. What a play there. Home team feeling it, and there'll be more because they can hit from the outside too. Here's Kalia Braun from three-point range. Count all three of those, and Blissfield can get it done on the defensive end as well. Lee Wyman coming up with the steal. She'll take it coast to coast for the bucket, and then if that's good, well, she's going to find the bucket, or the basket, excuse me, again, going past the defender and hitting the floater. Blissfield with the victory, 57-42.
So proud of these kids because I don't think people thought we could do this with the group we had because of what we lost, but they just continued with the tradition, and just so proud of how hard we worked, our effort, our energy. Crowd was awesome.
This means a lot for my team. This is what we've been working for the entire season. This was our goal coming out. I'm so excited. This has meant so much to me as a senior. It's meant so much to our team, and we're going to try to keep fighting as long as we can.
In Ohio, the state semifinals tipping off this weekend. Anthony Wayne making its second appearance in 4 years. The Generals have been among the highest-ranked programs in Division II all season long, and although faced some adversity last week, showcased why they believe a trip to Dayton is achievable. After all, that 2022 run serves as a reminder for what these seniors are playing for on Sunday, because the semifinals are no longer in Dayton. In order to get back there, A-Dub will need to defeat Olmsted Falls in Mansfield on Sunday. Jamie Carter was in our studio earlier this week and spoke on the ultimate goal.
And we're not finished. There is no satisfaction right now. We know what the end goal result is, what we want, and that's a state championship. But we knew that, and so it wasn't something that we had to talk about on a daily basis. Our philosophy is just focus on what we do and be the best us and do everything the way that we do things, more so than focusing on the end result. We got to get to the end in order, and those small snippets of what we do is how we get to the end.
In Division III, Notre Dame back in the Final Four for the first time since 2021. Eagles have relied on its defense during this postseason stretch, holding opponents to just 21 points per game throughout these playoffs. That trend will need to hold strong on Sunday if they are to punch a ticket to Dayton, because NDA is matched up with Purcell Marion, the three-time defending state champs, who also possess the reigning two-time Ohio Miss Basketball Award winner in D. Alexander. Yet Travis Galloway and his girls are focused on themselves, knowing they have what it takes to net another win and move one step closer to the program's first ever state championship.
When you get to the Final Four, everybody's good. So yes, they have to account for things that we do as well, and I think we're playing our best basketball at the point of the year, which is good, we're peaking at the right time.
I think it's a good matchup. I think they have great players. We obviously have great players too. I think as long as we stay within what we know that we can and will do, then we'll be okay.
I know it's gonna be loud, and I know it's gonna be really energetic. And playing in that is just so much fun, and it's really exciting to see all the people come out to support.
Bellevue also in action this weekend. Lady Red earning its first state appearance after a 20-point win last week in the regional final. A program who has been knocking on the door, finally breaking through, and more importantly, believing they can finish the job. With only one blemish on the record this season, Corey Santoro's team is ranked #1 in all of Division IV. They also have now set a new school record for most wins in a season with 26. Backed fully by a fantastic community, Bellevue not only is eager to keep this train rolling, but are embracing the journey that comes along with it.
It has set in, I'm extremely excited for these girls and our community. Our community's been great with these girls this week, and you've seen our stands that was filled with, the whole community, and I'm assuming that's going to be even more this Saturday.
This is a great accomplishment for our team. We've been working for this, not even just these 4 years of high school. We've been working for this ever since we were little girls. So it's been kind of heartwarming for us to be able to get this far. And we've been getting in and out of practice every single day, working hard and just preparing as much as we can for Saturday.
One more quick stoppage before we wrap this show up. Still to come, a shift to the ice. Bowling Green opening up tournament play, and St. Francis returning to Columbus. A check-in with them as well next. Welcome back. Anytime a first-year coach takes over, there's some optimism met with uncertainty. Dennis Williams has seen his fair share of ups and downs so far as the new leader of Bowling Green hockey, but his inaugural season, still some pages left to write. Falcons hosting the opening round of the Mason Cup, Game 1 inside Slater featuring BG and Michigan Tech. Scoreless late in the first period, puck bouncing around in front. Persistence paying off as it'll eventually score free. Max Martin there to tap it in. Initially the goal didn't count. Eventually got rewarded to Jaden Grant because the puck already crossed the line. Christian Stover looking to protect that lead now. The senior playing well in between the pipes. He finished with 20 saves. And then give credit to the BG defense as well. Gustav Sternberg put his body on the line, sticking the leg out for a quality block. It's effort like that can make a difference, and it does, as Bowling Green ends up winning in overtime 2-1. St. Francis eager for a return to Columbus. The Knights making the program's 9th appearance in the last 11 seasons. And this year, Chris Varga's squad has been nothing short of dominant, posting a 30-6 record, best in the state, while outscoring opponents by a total of 140 goals. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they kept that going this weekend, but this stage isn't supposed to be easy. Knights found that out the hard way last year after losing to St. Ignatius in a thriller 6-4. So, with some revenge on the line as well, this time around, St. Francis is better prepared and more motivated to bring home a gold trophy.
Yeah, we're striving every day, we're coming out practice, giving it our all, and it's just, we want it so bad, and this year, it's different. We picked up 2 new guys, we want it really bad this year.
Iggy's a great team, we're a great team, we just want to see if it's all about that last game, see who's a better team. We've obviously all of us got hoodies on to accommodate to the heat, so a lot of factors go into wanting to beat this team.
All the teams that are out right now would love to be in our shoes, and right now we're just grateful and very excited to represent Northwest hockey and hopefully do something positive down there for everyone.
That's all for Big Board. Thank you all for tuning in.